It is not something that I should have been doing with locks. I lost a lock over here.
This video is not sponsored.
Welcome back, my beautiful friends. Today I'm talking all about my locks that I used to have and the things that I wish that I knew before starting my lock journey. I had locks for a year before I decided to remove them. If you want to know more about that and why I did that, you can head over here. My number one thing would be get your locks started with a professional. I started my locks on my own, and I definitely did not have like the diligence and the meticulousness to start my locks. Like, my parts were not super neat and super clean as they probably should have been. Getting your locks started by somebody who already has locks would have been very beneficial. I probably could have experienced a little bit less suffering, a little bit less pain if I had gone to a professional first. During the period when I had my locks, I was really focused on like living naturally. I wasn't using traditional hair products. I was actually only washing my hair with water at the time. I know what you're thinking. That sounds crazy. If you want to know more about why I was only washing my hair with water, you can head over here. Washing your hair with only water actually works pretty well on loose hair, but it is not something that I should have been doing with locks. Locks require more care than that, and I feel like they require more cleaning power than that, especially for someone who has scalp issues. You want to make sure that you're taking care of your scalp, taking care of any kind of dandruff or irritation or buildup that's happening in your scalp. So I was just not doing a very good job of taking care of my hair. I thought that I was doing the best thing for myself at the time, but it really was not the best. Because I wasn't washing my hair with products, I was having a lot of scalp issues, a lot of buildup, a lot of like gross stuff happening in my hair, like film. It was really gross. Amanda of the past was trying to be as natural as possible and taking it like as far as possible. So that is not something that I could recommend. But most people are probably not washing their hair with only water, but I'm just gonna throw that out there anyway because that is something that I would tell myself not to do. I would tell Amanda of the past to not sleep with her locks loose. I used to just sleep with my locks down, and because I did this, I accumulated dust into my hair a lot faster than I probably could have. Like, obviously just existing, like, dust gets on us. When you sleep on your bed, there's so much dust in our pillowcases and like on our bedding that like we just can't help. And when dust gets into your hair, or gets into your locks, it like becomes one with the lock. And I would have a very hard time getting the dust out of my locks. So I would have told Amanda, if I could tell her, to sleep with my hair wrapped up with some kind of scarf or like satin material that's really gentle and soft, just to avoid accumulating dust as much as possible. Especially if you haven't already seen the video about why I removed my locks, I'm allergic to dust, severely allergic to dust. So I should have been a lot more diligent about keeping my hair safe from dust. And to take it even further, I probably should have had some kind of like environmental dust remover like in my apartment, like something to like clean and purify the air. But that being said, like, you can't purify the air when you live in a city. And I was living in downtown Toronto. Like, I am going to get exposed to pollution, to dust, to like nasty things that are going to get into my hair. There was nothing that could have prevented what ended up happening at the end of my lock journey. All of the things that caused me to have to remove my locks, all of the things that I'm listing in this video are just kind of things that I feel like could help other people who are starting their lock journey or like considering whether they want to get locks, based on the kind of gifts from the universe that I've been given, the kind of like skin that I have, the kind of allergens that I'm allergic to. I am not meant to have locks. All the hair care in the world could not have prevented me from having to remove them. The things that I'm listing in this video could have helped to make my experience while I had my locks a little bit better. Another mistake that I made was something that I thought was helping my locks become neater, and it is something like maintenance is super important to help keeping your locks from like matting together at the root and getting super knotted. I was noticing a lot of irritation in my scalp. I was really focused on trying to separate my locks and retwisting them, and I think I was over retwisting them, and I think this was also a contributing factor to why I lost one of my locks. I lost a lock over here, and I actually used to have a bald patch over here for the longest time. It has regrown since then, thanks to a lot of lifestyle things that I've done. I think I was retwisting way too much. The more you retwist, you're thinning out your hair at the base, and the base is so important because that is what is attaching your lock to your scalp, and if that becomes too thin, then your lock could fall out, you could have hair loss, balding, like what I experienced. I would have told myself to chill on the retwisting. Locks can be quite irritating. They're heavy. Your hair is constantly sectioned. You can't really get in there and massage your scalp so well. The hair is kind of stuck in its places. I should have been taking better care of my scalp, whether that be using more soothing essential oils or like using a really good cleansing shampoo at my roots just to keep things really fresh and healthy as possible, and using some kind of soothing balms, just really trying everything that I possibly could. Another important part of taking care of the scalp means also taking care of dandruff. If you have dandruff, it will get into your locks and it will become one with the locks. So if you notice that you have dandruff, like you have to get on that. I did have a lot of flaking because my scalp was so irritated. And once I noticed that, like I really should have tried to do something. I just didn't know what to do. I just thought that like, oh, it's not a big deal. Dandruff problems is more than just aesthetics. Like it was damaging my scalp, and I should have taken it more seriously. My last and final tip that I would have given to Amanda is to not let my locks get too long. If you have a sensitive scalp, like I did, and you, like, even after everything that I've said in this video, even after I've talked about the allergens and the sensitive scalp, and you still want locks, keep your locks short. The longer they are, the more irritation you're going to have, the heavier they're going to be. People who don't have sensitive skin or have any scalp issues whatsoever can grow their locks to their heart's content, but if you have sensitive scalp, then having them really long and heavy could be very irritating. It is something that I wish that somebody had told me. All of these things were something that I wish somebody had told me before I started my lock journey, and after hearing all of these things, if I was watching this video in the past, you know what? If you're like me and you're gonna do what you're gonna do no matter what, there's nothing that anyone can say to you that's going to change your mind about getting your locks anyway. But it's good to just know what you're getting yourself into. I just wanted to share my experience with you so that you could go into your experience with the knowledge that I wish that I had, with knowing the things that you can do to make your lock experience the best that it can be. Do you have locks? What is your lock care regimen? How do you keep your scalp happy? I would love to know, because I feel like the people that are watching this video are looking for answers, and obviously I'm no lock expert. I'm just a girl who had locks for a year, who had a lot of struggles and challenges and learned a lot, but I'm sure that many of you out there know a lot more about lock care than I do. Share your wisdom, my beautiful lock goddesses. I would love to know how you take care of your hair. And I feel like that's something that like we can all learn from, because like we all have hair. Like locks are obviously very different than loose hair, but hair care practices are hair care practices, and I feel like we can all learn something. You can subscribe for more videos. I do videos on hair care and lifestyle, and I like to talk about all kinds of things on this channel. I like to help you as much as possible, share my experiences so that we can grow and be better together. All right, I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.